story of Beauty and the Beast. Once upon a time, as a merchant set off for market, he asked each of his 3 daughters what she would like as a present on his return. The first wanted a brocade dress, the second, a pearl necklace, but the third, whose name was Beauty, the youngest, prettiest, and sweetest of them all, said to her father, "All I'd like is a rose, especially for me." When the merchant had finished his business, he set off for home. However, a sudden storm blew up, and his horse could hardly make headway in the howling gale. Cold and weary, the merchant had lost all hope of reaching an inn, when suddenly he noticed a bright light shining in the middle of the woods. As he drew closer, he saw that it was a castle, bathed in light. "I hope I found shelter there for the night," he said to himself. When he reached the door, he saw that it was open, and so he shouted, "Hello, hello, is anybody here?" No one came to greet him. Plucking up courage, he went inside, still calling out for the owner of the castle. "Hello, hello." On a table in the main hall, a splendid dinner lay already served. The merchant lingered, still shouting for the owner of the castle. But still, no one replied, so the merchant sat down for a hearty meal. Overcome by curiosity, he ventured upstairs, where the corridor led into magnificent rooms and halls. A fire crackled in the first room, and a soft bed looked very inviting. It was now late. The merchant could not resist. He lay down on the bed and fell fast asleep. The next morning, an unknown hand had placed a mug of coffee and some food by his bedside. After having breakfast and tidying himself up, he went downstairs to thank his generous host. But as on the evening before, there was no one inside. The merchant, shaking his head in wonder at the strangeness of it all. He went back to the garden where he had left his horse, fastened to a tree. When suddenly, a large rose bush caught his eye. Remembering his promise to Beauty, he bent down to pick up a rose, when instantly sprang out a horrible beast, wearing splendid clothes. 2 bloodshot eyes glared at him, and a deep, terrifying voice growled, "Ungrateful man, I gave you shelter. You ate at my table instead of my own bed. But now, all the thanks I get is the theft of my favorite flowers. I shall put you to death for this life." The terrified merchant fell on his knees before the beast. "Forgive me, please forgive me. Don't kill me. This rose wasn't for me. It was my daughter Beauty. I promised to bring her back a rose on my journey." The beast dropped the paw and clamped on the unhappy merchant. "I will spare your life, by one condition, that you bring me your daughter." The terror-stricken merchant, facing certain death if he did not obey, promised that he would do so. When he reached home in tears, his 3 daughters ran to greet him, and after he had told them about his dreadful adventure, Beauty put his mind at rest immediately. "Dear father, I'll do anything for you. Don't worry, you'll be able to keep your promise and save your life. Bring me to the castle. I'll stay there in your place." So Beauty was led to the castle. However, the beast had quite an unexpected greeting for the girl. Instead of menacing doom as he had done with her father, it was surprisingly pleasant. In the beginning, Beauty was frightened of the beast and shuddered at the sight of it. But in spite of the monster of her head, her horror of it was gradually fading as time went by. She had one of the finest rooms in the castle, and sat for hours embroidering in front of the fire, and the beast would only sit a short distance away, silently gazing at her. Then it started to say a few kind words, till in the end, Beauty was amazed to discover that she was actually enjoying conversation. The days passed, and Beauty and the Beast became good friends. Then one day, Beast asked the girl to be his wife. Taken by surprise, she did not know what to say. Marry such an ugly monster? She would rather die. But she did not want to hurt the feelings of one who after all had been kind to her. I really can't say yes, she started shakily. I'd so much like to. The Beast interrupted her with an abrupt gesture. I quite understand, and are offended by her refusal. Life went on as usual, and nothing further was said. Then one day, the Beast presented her with a magic mirror. When Beauty peeked into it, she could see her family far away. You won't feel so lonely now, were the words they accompanied the gift. Beauty stared at it for hours. Then she started to feel worried. Until one day, the Beast found her weeping beside the magic mirror. What's wrong? He asked, kindly as always. My father is gravely ill and close to dying. Oh, how I wish I could see him again, before it's too late. But the Beast only shook its head. No, you'll never leave this castle, and off it stalked in rage. However, a little later, it returned and spoke solemnly to the girl. If you promise to return here in 7 days' time, I will let you see your father. Beauty threw herself at the Beast's feet in delight. I swear I will. Oh, how kind you are. You've made a loving daughter so happy. In reality, the merchant had fallen ill from a broken heart, knowing that his daughter was kept prisoner. When he embraced her again, he was soon on the road to recovery. Beauty would stay beside him for hours on end, describing her life at the castle, and explaining that the Beast was really good and kind. The days passed, and the merchant was finally able to leave his bed. He was completely well again. Beauty was very happy. However, she failed to notice that 7 days had gone by. One night, she woke up from a terrible nightmare. She dreamt that the Beast was dying and calling for her, twisting in agony. Come back to me! It was pleading. The solemn promise she had made drove her to leave home immediately. Hurry, good horse, she said, whipping her horse onwards towards the castle, afraid that she might arrive too late. She rushed up the stairs, calling for the Beast. Beast, where are you? She ran to the garden, and there crouched the Beast, his eyes shut as though dead. Beauty threw herself at it and hugged it tightly. Don't die, please, don't die. I'll marry you. At these words, a miracle took place. The Beast's ugly snout magically turned into a face of a handsome young man. Oh, how I've been longing for this moment, the young prince said. I was suffering in silence and couldn't tell my frightful secret. I was cursed by an evil witch, and only a love of a maiden, willing to accept me as I was, could turn me back into my real self. My dearest, I'd be so happy if you'd marry me. The wedding took place shortly after, and the young prince will have nothing but roses in his garden. And that is why, to this day, it is known as the Castle of the Rose. The end. Thank you, judges, and thank you, friends, for listening to my story. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you.